What's up guys, welcome back to the ShiHai's channel, and today I bring to you my Megacolony deck recipe. So if you guys notice that I do not actually have a Megacolony deck, this is actually my friend's deck. I've just borrowed it from him. So thank you, and personally shout out to him for lending me his deck. And if you guys think that I don't have any experience with Megacolony, in playing Megacolony, you are actually wrong, because ever since I learned his deck, I've been playtesting out with other decks, and then I feel that this deck is actually very competent in the in the meta right now, because in standard they give equal support to Spike Brothers, Megacolony, and Tachikaze, so all decks in standard now are actually relevant. It's just that some decks are, you know, more competitive than others, such as Tachikaze, but I feel that Megacolony has its moments. It can shine against decks that are Regar reliant, such as maybe Blasters, but it can of course die to decks with Excel, maybe such as normal grapplers or Tachikaze. So today I'm just gonna go through into the deck what my friend plays and what I think that this deck can do against other forms of decks, such as, you know, Blasters, Kagero, and all that. But basically, what the deck offers and how some cards can pair well with the other cards in the deck. Alright, moving on. So first of all, we got the starter. Machining Worker N is pretty standard. All standard decks have to use this starter, which is on right draw 1, so nothing much about it. Moving on to Grade 3, so my friend plays 10 Grade 3s, and I think that's fine. So if you notice, all the Grade 3s has the Imaginary Gift Protect, so that's good. No matter what Grade 3 you write into, you will always get that Protect gift marker. So first of all, we look at the SVR, the star of this deck, Machining Spark Hercules. Skill, once per turn, combat 2, choose 5 regards, stand them, they get power plus 5k until end of turn. Choose all of your opponent's units, rest them, and they get power minus 5k until your opponent's next turn. So what this skill means is basically a mini deleters. If you notice, combat 2, stand all your regards, they gain 5k, and then choose all of your opponent's rear guards, rest them, and then they all gain minus 5k until the end of turn. So, end of the next opponent's turn. So what does this mean is that you can completely deplete the power of your opponent's rear guards if they are, let's just say, 5k base, or, you know, if they're 8k base, it becomes to 3k base, and if the Vanguard, let's just say, is Alfred early, it's 13k base, they go down to 8k base until the end of their next turn. So it's a mini deleters in a way, and you're obviously your ideal right target. Second skill is put Grade 2 or less regard into your soul, and this unit gains 5k for each of your opponent's rest units until end of turn. So if you feel that 17k power because of the combat 2 is not enough, so your Vanguard will be at 17k power, you want to get more power because maybe your opponent doesn't have enough cards to guard, or doesn't have a perfect guard in his hand, his or her hand, you want to use the skill just for that additional power. So ideally you want to write into him as your right target. So 4 off is a must. I got 1 SVR, my friend has 1 SVR. Moving on, we got 3 of this OG card, which is called Machining Stack Beetle. So skill is exactly the same as the old original card, which is Vanguard Rearguard skill. When placed from hand, call up to 2 units from your soul to Rearguard as rest, and then if this unit is on Vanguard circle, it gains the original power of all units caught by this effect. So why my friend runs 3 and not runs 4? Because of the combo, which I will go through later. This card has a very good card skill, which allows you to call key cards that you need when you from your soul, if you actually wrote into your key cards during the right phase, when you were Grade 1 or Grade 2 on your Vanguard circle. So I'll get to the skills and combos later. So that's basically the basis of the skill. Moving on to End Lion. So End Lion is somewhat of your finisher, Death Warden End Lion, that's the full name. Vanguard Rearguard skill, when it attacks, cost soul plus 1, and discard 2 cards from your hand. This unit gets 10k and 1 crit, and your opponent are unable to call sentinels from their hand to Guardian Circle. So ideally you will want to play at least 2. My friend plays 3, so some people would like to take up End Lion for maybe another Machining Stack Beetle, or you want to bump up the Grade 2 or Grade 1 count. So I feel 3 is fine, but just do not go overboard to play 4. This is kind of like your finisher in a sense. So if you want that crit pressure and your opponent, you know, does have a lot of sentinels in his hand because he checked a lot of sentinels doing draft checks or whatever. So you would want to call him onto the either Vanguard or Vanguard circle and then just beat with him for the additional 10k and 1 crit. The cost might be a little bit costly of Sobas 1 grade 3 and discard 2 cards, but I think that's fine. Moving on to the grade 2, so we have Machining Mantis as our first grade 2, 3 of this guy. So skill, Vanguard when placed, Counter Blast 1, look at top 6 card of your deck, put 1 grade 3 from them, you know, into your hand, and then you obviously must reveal it to your opponent, and then this unit gains 6k. So moving on, you can see that my friend actually runs 11 grade 2s. You might consider bumping up to 12 if you guys want, but I think 11 grade 2s is fine. So back to Machining Mantis skill. If you play the cost and then you check top 6 and then it doesn't actually have a grade 3, you just shuffle your deck and then this unit still gets plus 6k. So take note that this unit still gets the power as long as you pay the cost, you get all the effects right here. So 3 of that. Moving on to the grade 2s, again we have this fucking card called Water Gang. Alright, so this card is basically every Megacolony's, you know, key card, I would say, because of the fucking skill. Skill, when it stands, Counter Blast 1, shove this into your soul, and then you fucking draw 2 cards. So it's so stupidly strong. Skill is that it's not a skill, but basically it's just that whenever it stands, you just Counter 1, shove this into your soul, and then you just draw a card. So it's really stupid in a way that it gives you that draw power, because this deck really needs to generate hand size and draw power in order to end your opponent, because you need that key cards. I mean, which deck doesn't, but basically what you want to do with him, you might ideally want to combo him with Machining Stack Beetle, as I said before. So I'm just going to show you a demo right now. So let's just say you wrote Water Gang as your grade 2 Vanguard, and then you wrote, let's just say Machining Spark Hercules. So let's get the SVR, and then you have a Machining Stack Beetle in your hand. Let's move the places a little bit, and then I'll show you the demo. Okay, focus the camera. Alright, let's go. So let's just say you have Water Gang in your soul because you wrote it as a grade 2, and then you wrote Machining Spark Hercules. You have 3 Counter Blasts to work with, no problem. You just call Machining Stack Beetle from your hand. Skill proc says it's a rear guard skill. Call 2 cards from your soul, call up to 2 cards as rest. So you can call you can call Water Gang from your soul as rest, call another grade 1 maybe behind your Vanguard or Vanguard, and then Counter Blast 2 for Machining Spark Hercules skill, stand all your regards, so stand. When you stand Water Gang, his skill procs whenever it stands, you Counter Blast 1, send him into your soul, draw 2 more cards. So that's one of the ways you can combo. Or the other way is, let's just say you have no chance to write into Machining Spark Hercules. You have to write into Machining Stack Beetle, and this is in your soul. It's fine. You can just call write Machining Stack Beetle as your Vanguard. It's skill procs, so basically you still can call him out as rest, but you don't get to stand him on your next turn. And ideally when I write into him, which happens often because I don't understand why I don't get Machining Spark Hercules, but basically when you write into him, you want to call Water Gang from him. So don't call it to the front row rear guard, because your opponent will likely hit it, because who will actually let you, you know, Counter Blast 1, draw 2 cards for free. So you will have to call it to the back row, because most of the times, if you are not going against Kagero, of course, your opponents can hit back rows. If you think about, you know, blasters, any other clan that can retire units is mostly in the front row, it's not in the back row. So call it behind your back row as rest, and then you just, you know, normal attack, end your turn, opponent takes turn, opponent deals you some damage, sure. And then when it comes to your turn, stand all your regards, the stand and draw phase basically. When you stand Water Gang, you Counter Blast, move into soul, draw 3 cards because stand and draw, and then because of Water Gang skill, you draw 2 more cards. So basically in total you draw 3 before even your right phase starts. So Water Gang is a necessity in this deck. Do not, you know, try to shortchange it and play, you know, 2 or less. Ideally you want to play at least 3 or 4. So yeah, moving on to the last grade 2. You can see this beetle right here, Bloody Hercules, that's his name. And then skill is when placed, so +1, this unit gains 6k. And then when the attack hits, you may counter charge 1 and one of your units gains power +6k at the end of turn. So it's on hit skill, but it's really good. Alright, so what I think about this deck is most of the cards in this deck is based on counter charging and looking like, you know, top 6 for your grade 3s. So this deck requires a lot of counter blast. If you don't know, as you can see, I really use up 3 counter blasts right there because of water gang skill and machining spark Hercules, because machining spark Hercules counter blast skill requires you to counter blast 2, so that's really costly. That's why in this deck I run a lot of counter charging power, in which I'll get to later in the grade 1s. So this is one of the grade 2's counter charging power. On base, so +1 gain 6k. When attack hits, counter charge 1 to one of your other units and gain 6k. So 4 off, do not try to decrease this because it's one of your only grade 2's counter charging power. Alright, so last but not least, we'll move on to the grade 1s. So grade 1s, we have 4 Machining Hornet right here. So Machining Hornet skill is when attack hits, they boosted or attack basically. Do a top 6 card of your deck. If you want a grade 3, put it in your hand and shuffle your deck. And then if this is on rearguard circle, you shove this unit into your soul. So ideally, you want to put it on your Vanguard circle, you can write it as your first Vanguard and then attack. Most of the time your opponents won't guard for it, so you can just basically have free calls. You can look at top 6 and then add 1 grade 3 to your hand, and you don't have to shove into your soul because it's not on the rearguard circle. But if it's on the rearguard circle, you still can combo it. Let's just say it's on rearguard circle, you search top 6 and the attack hit, you shove into your soul. And then when it comes to machining stack below, when you call him out from onto the rearguard circle, you may call 2 cards from your soul. You may call out, let's just say you wrote Water Gang, you call Water Gang as rest, you can call out Machining Hornet as rest. So it's really good, and then you can use Machining Spark Hercules skill to stand both of them. It's possible, so I don't mind. It's ideally you at least want to run 4 or at least 3 or 4 of them because this is your grade 3 searcher. Moving on to 3 of this Spiteful Hopper. So skill is when placed, so +1. So +1. Choose one of your other units to get 6k at the end of turn, and then if you don't have face up card in the damage zone, you may counter charge 1. So as I said with the demonstration earlier, I use up 3 counter blasts when I use Machining Spark skill. Counter blast 2 stand on rear guards, move Water Gang into your soul, and counter blast 1, draw 2 cards. So let's just say you have 3 counter blasts, but you use them all. You can just call Spiteful Hopper, activate skill or soul +1. One unit gain 6k, and then you don't have any face up cards in your in your damage zone. You may just counter charge 1 for free. So wow, the counter charger. Moving on to this Tana girl. So if you don't notice why everybody was making fun of this card, because this card literally looks like one of the enemies. Basically the Kid Hitler, I would say. I'll put the picture of her to probably the left side of the video for a comparison. But basically her skill is actually quite strong too. So when placed, you must rest this unit. When you place down on the rearguard circle, you must rest this unit. And then choose out to one of my other rearguards against 10k, and at the end of the turn, put that unit into your soul and counter charge 1. So this is another counter charging power that the deck offers. And I play 3 because one of the ways you can combo with this is, let's just say, where's Machining Spark Hercules? Okay. Let's go into the demo right now. So demo time. What's the demo time? Okay, we got Ant Lion. We got Machining Spark Hercules. What's my VR though? Never mind. I'll just use a normal one. SVR, I mean. Alright, so, and then we have Tana in your hand. Let's just say you have 2. Yep, 2. And then you have another grade 3 in your soul. Okay, so here's the demo. You ideally wanna, let's just say, call Tana as rest. So you call Ant Lion first, and then you call not Tana, what the hell? Tanya. But basically, her skill, her name is Platoon Leader Butterfly Officer. I refer her to Taya or Tana because the anime. I'll just put it somewhere there. I don't know why. But basically, when you call her, you need to call her as rest. Then you choose one of your units and it gains power +10k. So I choose Ant Lion, and then At the end of the turn, I will move Endlion to the soul and then counter charge 1. So let's just say I have 2 Butterfly Officer. This unit plus 10k, so it's a 22k base already. Call another one as rest. It gains 32k. And then Machine Spark Achilles skill count plus 2, stand all your regards. It gains all plus 5k, so it becomes 37k. And then first you hit with this rear guard. Let's just say you have another one here. It's fine, whatever. And then you hit with your Vanguard. Yeah, do your draw checks. Let's just say there's no triggers, it's fine. And then here comes the big one. It's 37k. You hit Soul Blast 1, grade 3, Soul Blast 1, grade 3. Drop 2 cards from your hand. And then this gains plus 10k, so it's a 47k now. And your opponent cannot use Sentinels to guard. And it's a crit. So that's basically what the combos you can do. And to make this combo even more cancerous, you can combo him with the next card, which I've just dropped for the cost, which is called Phantom Black. So this card actually won me a few games before. So ideally what you want to do, let's just say, is this. So same setup, exact same setup. You have Machine Spark Achilles as your Vanguard, have 1 grade 3 in your soul, and then Endlion you call down. So what you want to do is you call Phantom Black behind the Endlion, and then call Tanya, I keep calling Tanya, call Butterfly Officer, plus 10k, call Butterfly Officer, plus 10k, and then just call this whatever, it's fine. Alright, before we go moving on to the demonstration, I totally forgot to explain the skill of Phantom Black. Phantom Black's skill is, when it boosts, discard a card from your hand. Until the end of the battle, this unit gains 6k and your opponent cannot call normal units from your hand to Guardian Circle. So it sounds really cancerous, right? Alright, so demonstration time, plus 10, plus 10, plus 20 basically. So it's a 32k right now. And then Machine Spark Achilles skill, count plus 2, plus 5, plus 5. 37k now. 13k now. Yep, 13k now. And then basically attack this, attack this, attack this. And then draw check, let's just say no triggers, it's fine. Now comes the cancerous part. So this is what the combo actually looks like, but it requires a lot of cost. So skill when attacks, you activate Endlion skill, so plus 1 grade 3, drop 2 cards from your hand, and then gains 10k, so 37 becomes a 47k. His skill, Phantom Black skill, since it's already a 47k, you plus 13k because it's a 13k booster, plus 5k from Machining Spark Achilles skill. So 47 plus 13 is a 60k beater. And then 16k beater, you want to activate his skill, which is when it boosts, you discard 1 card from your hand. Let's just say you discard 1 card from your hand. This unit gains 6k, so it becomes a 66k, and your opponent cannot call normal units from hand to Guardian Circle. So they're restricted by the Endlion, which they cannot call Sentinels. They cannot call Sentinels to Guardian Circle, and then they're restricted by this Phantom Black, where they cannot call normal units. So what the opponent can only do is call trigger units to the Guardian Circle, but it cannot be Sentinel, and this power is 66k with 2 crits, not including you checking triggers, in which I'll get to now. So that's basically what the combo is. How cancerous combo is depends whether you get, you know, this card in your hand, whether you get this card in your hand, whether you get Endlion in your hand. So by Endlion you can search it out because you have a lot of cards that, such as Machining Hornet and Machining Mantis, yeah, Machining Mantis to search them out for you. But for these 2 cards, you have to entirely rely on your draws, or you can entirely rely on Water Gang to draw them for you. Alright, so moving on to the triggers. For Paralyzed Madonna, pretty standard, your draw trigger, perfect guard. Alright, so in this deck I run 8 crits. My friend runs 8 crits, and I agree with 8 crits. So total will be, right here you can see it's 4 draws, 8 crits, and 4 heals. I wouldn't get into the names because, you know, I don't bother remembering any of the names because it's just too much. But basically that's what the deck is. It's pretty cancerous if you run 8 crits. I don't recommend you to run any more than less than 8 crits because you don't really need the draw power. You have draw power from Water Gang. Why would you need any more draw power? So just basically run 8 crits, 4 heals, 4 draws, and then you're done with the deck. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys like this deck, you know, deck profile or deck recipe, either one. Yeah, which one you choose. I like to use them interchangeably. And then I'd like to thank my friend once again for lending me his deck to try out. And I think Megacolony now is quite in a okay spot, not as bad as last time where it's immediately outcasted as a non-meta deck, but now all standard decks are able to deal with you know, all decks. They are able to fight equally, almost equally as all decks. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys like this kind of content. I'm gonna post my Kagero versus Tachikaze video soon. Yes, very soon. And if you guys don't know, there's the League of Aquaforce the next week, Wednesday, on the, let's check my calendar, on the 18th. Yeah, 18th of July would be VEBO2 release, and I'll be getting the Aquaforce slots. So if you don't know, the Maelstrom was just released today. I think it's a pretty meh skill, including with Tidal Assault. I think it's pretty meh too. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, and I'll probably do a deck profile on that too. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you guys liked it. Like, comment, subscribe, and this is VG ShiHai, and I am out.